I attempted to capture the very laid-back feel by not recording to a click, but it feels rushed. It like just didn't work. I think I just need to redo this section, and I think I'm gonna try a different approach. Like, it sounds good, but it doesn't sound right. Here, I staggered the synth and guitar parts differently than they are in the demo. But I realized that having consistent eighths forces it to feel more busy. I'm literally going to start a whole new project for the second section of the song. And I'll just combine them later. I'm going to record this to a click. And the instrument that I am going to start with here is this reed organ right here. This buddy. Simon the Magpie claimed that these kinds of instruments, I'm going to turn that off for a second, are the worst instruments ever made. And Hainbach pushed back that they were not.
This is a fan organ. You can find these very, very cheap.
This had a $30 price tag on it at a estate sale. My grandmother-in-law picked it up and talked them down to like $20 and bought it for me. Oh, Matt likes music things. If you look at the one that Simon is messing around with there, it's a Bontempi with a plastic body. That's a very common type of these sort of like reed fan blown organs that you see. The one that I have was intended, like, is clearly like a step more like not professional, but it's intended to like sit in a home and look nice. And it was actually made by Farfisa, and it's an all wood
Tempo hit organ,
enclosure.
but I do believe so. This one I actually found outside, but I think that it was aimed towards parents for their kids, which is a really dumb idea.
Okay, so I don't think that he's right about that for the most part. I think that he's underestimating the role that having like a piano in your house played, even as recently as like the 70s. And having an instrument like this, which had a much lower barrier to entry, was really relevant, which again kind of leads to something like the one that I have, which is very like, it looks like a nice piece of furniture. Like, it's actually like the woodwork on this is really nice. The keys, I mean, the keys are, you can hear that, right? They're like very plasticky. They're nothing beefy, but like the case looks really, really nice with the like gold. The market they were trying to hit was like people who wanted to play music in their, like amateur, like adults who wanted to play music in their house.
It is possible that this is the worst instrument ever invented. And the reason is this. $3D batteries.
So cute. Oh my god. Alright, that's pretty bad. I gotta admit, that's pretty bad. I like the wind down though.
You know? You can't play it very fast.
Yeah, unlike Simon's. Ooh, I have a readout. Mine plays pretty quick. I have a feeling that I might know why that is, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
We get a studio tour and somebody pulls this one out and be like flexing about how good their fan organ is.
I am literally flexing about how good my fan organ is right now. Just want to say that.
This one.
So Hainbach is another YouTuber.
I didn't want to do this, but Simon, you left me no choice.
This is a fan organ.
Oh good, now we can watch Simon's
Done
video
proper
on
research.
Hainbach's
I had the
video
honor
on
to
my
play
live stream.
maybe.
So Hainbach has a much more like clinical, not, his music does not sound clinical, so I shouldn't say that. He doesn't have a clinical sound, but a clinical approach to video production and to like style. This organ is super cool looking, by the way. Hainbach is in Germany, so he gets his hands on all this like weird equipment that you can't find in the US. Okay. So, and here's the thing. Hainbach will take just about anything and like drop it to half speed and be like, look, it sounds awesome. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, sure it does. Sounds great when you slow it down. This is kind of Hainbach's approach to a lot of music stuff, is capturing really cool sounds and then processing them and making these very neat sort of, even his rhythmic music is very sort of texture based. His approach to the instrument is very different than mine. Like, I certainly make textural based stuff, but it's usually part of a larger song structure. This is a very cool sound. It's got the tip top stack cable. I do too. This does actually sound really nice.
It definitely isn't the worst instrument ever made.
Okay, well, sure. Yeah, my reed organ is a little bit different from the ones that both of them are using. It seems like it was intended very much for the home market. Oh, wow. That's nice. She used it as a percussion instrument, too. That's actually pretty cool. I really like that. The black keys and the white keys sound very different. I may need to find an excuse to use that. But what my organ does have in common with those organs is the fan noise. But what's weird about mine is down here, there's a leg lever. And when I push it, it increases the volume of the instrument. Now, normally, a church organ would have a swell cabinet. That would be a whole different 2 hours keyboard ASMR. There's also these buttons. Sounds kind of like a typewriter. I'll get to that in a minute. What a lot of these will do is they'll control volume by controlling a door that opens up and lets more sound out. I used to have one like that. That was a little plastic one, more like what Simon and Hainbach were using. And it had a volume control like that, where there was like a wheel that you would turn and it would let more air out. But what this one does is when you move the lever, it actually turns the motor up. Which is a little extra. Oh, once I turn the motor up, it plays very fast. The other thing that's worth noting is I'm fairly confident I need to oil the motor in this. Once I run it for a while, it starts to smell a little bit, and I'm pretty sure that that's just the motor not being happy about running when it's most likely under lubricated. On this end down here, you can see all these buttons. They are laid out like the left hand of an accordion. Talking again about the purpose behind this instrument is I think that it was targeted towards either people who wanted to learn the accordion. It came with overlay, circle of fifths, just E flat through E, for anyone that doesn't play accordion, which is a lot of people. And you stick it over this, and it covers up all the complicated buttons so that you can play a lot of the simpler songs in the songbooks that come with it without knowing your way around the whole keyboard. The fact that this exists is cool, but the way that I use this instrument, this is literally just a thing I have to keep because I feel like I shouldn't throw it away. I could make like a giant box of stuff like this where it's like, this belongs to an instrument, so I should keep it, even though I'm literally never going to use it for anything. There's no reason I cannot possibly conceive of a reason that I would ever actually need this. But there it is. Going back to what we were doing, we're going to re-record this second section of the song. Yeah, I gotta do that. It's too good. If I go this way, sounds like a jazz chord progression, but if I go the other way, sounds like an 80s like electronic jazz chord progression. Blue note. ECM. Harmonic style of 18th century European musicians. I can't decide whether to bring the bass in like right on the section change or like bring it in later. Let's just try a take and kind of see what happens and then be able to listen back to it. Ooh, and I'm playing it too fast. Gotta keep it there. Using the leg lever is actually really adding a lot to this. I feel the instrument a lot more. Oh, it was so good. Oh, that was so good. It gets pretty intense. I'm like just all over the instrument by the end of it. Hold up a second. I'm going to change something. I'm starting to feel it though. I'm like, it feels musical. It feels a lot stronger. I just have to play it. Let's change the color on these parts just for fun. My hands are so like packed in here. It's very tight quarters on this reed organ. It's very easy to slip and hit the wrong thing. No. That was a passable take. That was usable. It wasn't perfect, but I don't know until I listen back to it if it was imperfect in ways that are useful or imperfect in ways that are bad. So let's find out. Nice to meet you. Please take this seat. Make yourself comfortable. Let's review the key points of this meeting. Any questions or comments before we start? No, okay, very well. I'm glad we are on the same page. So let's start. We are running short on time. I should be taking take notes, so I'm going to start to do that. We're on take 8. I have all these take notes in this book that don't say what they are, so I'm not going to make that mistake again. Okay. Good for last, except for last B7. All right. Because honestly, if I can get a good B7, I can probably comp it in here. So I'm going to try to do the whole thing again. That was promising. Wow. I got to thinking about like, oh, it's going to be so exciting when the bass part comes in. And so I just hit a bass key because obviously if you do it early, the excitement comes earlier, right? That's how it works. No, it ruins the take. Cool chord, but not the right one. Partway through that take, I knew that it wasn't going to go. And so I was like, maybe I can just get something to comp back in on take 8. And I think I got it. Awkward. This camera is literally balanced on a shaker. I want to make sure I have good fan noise at the beginning, actually. It's pretty good. I like that button noise. You can hear the buttons. Okay, indeed. Thank you, past me. I agree. It is okay. I think it's actually really good. So the next thing is probably going to be to re-record the percussion parts. Give me a second to change my instruments over. Is this overkill? Ooh. Yeah, we're doing that. We are definitely doing that. Let's see if my plan for the cymbal stack is going to work. Gotta step over here out of screen and find this monstrosity. This is a washing machine lid that I drilled a hole in years and years ago. And I have an idea. Ooh, wait. Ooh, there's technical issues here. Okay, sometimes the best solution see if that works. Ha! Not yet. Ooh, that was cool. That's the... See, that is not the sound I want. I'm gonna re-record this with this mallet because it's got more punch that way, I think. don't want it to be, again, I don't want this song to be super metronomic and like mathematically perfect. I want it to breathe a little bit. But there's a few that are like a little too sloppy. But that's fine. I can fix it. That's cool. I'm down for that. Bass. Oh, let me move these drums. The chaotic pile of stuff that I've already used that I'm done with is an important part of the latter half of my music streams, I think. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Now I am going to put bass on this. And I've already tracked this bass part once, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Get lazy and use the built-in tuner, which likes to... Let's see if it... Yet again, it's becoming tradition that when I tune this bass using the built-in tuner, every single time it thinks the G string is a C. Oh, that's cute. What do you think? What do you think, tuner? Ah, there it is. I thought it was a C again. There's like one bar. There's like one bar in that doesn't work. Oh, that doesn't work. Try this one. I don't know. It's the same thing. Did I ever play the right notes here? Oh, actually, that's kind of cool. Actually, I can get behind that. Hi, nice to meet you. Please take this seat. Make yourself comfortable. Let's review the key points of this meeting. Any questions or comments before we start? No? Okay, very well. I'm glad we are all on the same page. So let's start. We are running short on time. Okay. This section is working now. Okay, this is a section that I've definitely been like struggling with, and I feel like it's headed somewhere good now. That's really exciting. I'm glad you're not hearing the problem. I'm really excited about that. I also fixed the problem, which helps. Okay. So just a little recap. This song I've been working on for a few streams. The next big thing is to record the third section. I had recorded this whole section on a different project, but I went back today and I listened to it and I hated it. It didn't capture the feeling that I wanted. It wasn't laid back enough. This, and especially you using the word chill, is what I'm looking for. It is supposed to feel like it's pulled back and laid back. I think he is. Oh, he is. Sunday, or I'll be back Wednesday night. I'll be back Friday night. I'll be back Sunday morning. Hopefully, I'll get to play Among Us with my friends on Saturday as well, although I don't stream that anymore. So, thanks again. I'm starting a Discord. You can always buy my music on Bandcamp. Sick.